Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Fairview Lake in Planet Coaster 2. This is our challenge mode park where we're playing as live, basically. Occasionally a cut, occasionally a little time lapse, but for the most part this is just me enjoying the game. I've been working on some other stuff. Meanderville is coming along, but honestly I'm just having a bit of a funky mojo week, I guess. I know Mass Bandit talked about this in his recent video. It happens, you ebb and flow with the ability to create stuff, and right now I'm ebbing, I guess. It's all fine. Like I say, I'm still coming in and enjoying playing the game. Just not finding my mojo for those sort of bigger builds. So I'm pottering around in some of the other projects, but for now I'm just loving coming into here and just carving away at some little bits and pieces. So today, honestly, I'm absolutely blind as to what I'm going to do. The title of this episode will have told you what I eventually figured out, but I thought we'd just come in and have a look at how we're looking and sort of go from there. We do have to do a bit of work with the back end of the coaster here. Maybe we could ride the coasters as well today, because that's something we haven't done yet. So we could look at doing that. This one is pretty well put in. I did put the queue lines in for both of these and just get them open, which did give us our build rights, claim reward. We'll do that. Advertising campaign. Apologies if you've answered that one in the last episode. I'm batch coding these a little. Park value of 564,000. I mean, that will just happen. So we'll keep an eye on challenges until something else fun pops up. I did do one thing off camera, and that was just move the lockers. So we have some lockers down here for Timber Ridge. I wanted lockers over here for Mr. Twister, and yeah, I'm happy with how they look, and it just fits nicely into this box. I do need to go around and place some sort of wall or something underneath here to box that off, but that's maybe a live stream job, I think. Okay, so let's go into our terrain. Also, the game might look a little different today. I'm playing on a new monitor. I got two new monitors for my new setup, and these are 1440p, is that what they call it? The sort of that midway between HD and 4K. I did have a 4K monitor in my old setup, and then as I moved my stuff over to Ali's, I was using a 1080 one for a little while. And now I'm on this middle ground of 1440, which seems to do well for what I'm working on. I don't know whether any of that you can even tell, to be honest with you. I don't know whether you can at all, but you have to let me know in the comments. So I'm pretty sure this Woodie here is going to be the edge of the park. I don't think I'm too fussed on carrying the park over this way, because it just gives a real nice natural line to it. I mean, it could always come out this way, but I do feel like this here is going to be the edge of the park. So let's try and do a scenery brush for that then. So let's get this nice and big. And we'll pull the scenery up here. Definitely make it move even quicker. There we go. And we will have to probably fix some of the trees that are here. They don't move with it. That's fine though. I'll do something like this. Okay, and then we'll select all of this. That one's probably fine there. We'll do these to be safe. There we go. Okay. Then we'll terrain it. So I think this will have rock on the edge pieces here, and obviously wherever we put this rock we can't really put trees, so we do have to kind of bear that in mind. And then the gravel will come in here, and then, like I say, I would like dirt, but there really isn't dirt as an option, so I think we do stick with the gravel. Paint it all in, and then we'll spend some time messing it up. So bring its intensity down. So, and then right at the top here we'll do some shrub. Okay, it looks a bit funky, but once it's got a bit more foliage on it, it'll make a lot more sense. So we'll keep filling in the rocks here. There's bits of grass. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look then at this terrain brush. Taiga rocks, Taiga large trees. Okay. Let's see how Taiga large trees. So it's all the right trees. That's good. Let's see what that does as we place them down. Okay. Let's go size bigger. Let's do a pretty good intensity. Even more than that. Yes. Okay. So maybe somewhere between 50%. Line to surface is off. Avoid paths is on. Scenery avoid. There we go. And that means we can sort of come down to there. There we go. That's pretty full on actually. Let's bring it down lower than that. And then we'll start to take this along there. That's fine. There we go. This is just frame rate killer. Don't want to go too close to the coaster. I would rather do those manually. Random rotation. Is that the one we want? It's going to do. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then random scale on between 100, minimum, sorry, of 100, maximum of 110. Okay. But we don't want a line to surface on. Okay. And that. No, it does. I don't know how to do this. I think maybe it's that one. I just want it to rotate on that axis. There we go. Is that doing it? Well, maybe not. Maybe we'll do it manually. Okay. Yeah. Yes. I like that. We'll do the same with these. Oh my word, that goes much smaller. What have we done with that one then? Is that already big? Oh yeah, look at that. That's 200. I'll take those down there. Definitely have a few along the bottom, but for the most part we will have this sort of cliffside. That's good. These are definitely a bit samey. We're going to have to go in and thin these out a little. There, that was a little samey there. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. So that one was that tree, yeah. So let's come over here. Oh yeah, some big ones, that's good. That's good. Nice bit of variation there. In fact, I want to fill some of these little ones out. Put a big one in instead. Okay. I think I'm happy enough with that. I'm just going to move some of them just off the rock. These to fill in. some gaps, because there's quite a few gaps. There we go. Really, the forest should probably be like just the one tree, but I think in this game a mixed view looks a lot better. And then we'll go to bush. And we'll just, as and where we see spots, we'll place some. Some shrubbery, just to kind of take the edge off. It's all very smooth, you know. And I mean, the other thing to do as well is with some Tega rock, similar to how we did over here. Where is it? Here. We can use some of this rock to sort of help break up the the otherwise pretty smooth surface. That already instantly looks better. Just those two rocks, that's crazy. That's a little bit of colour with the moss. That's it. Should we get a nice, interesting textures? That's good. There we go. And then go back to bush. And between arrowroot and beach cabbage, I think that'd be nice. That's great. I don't want to spend forever on this because it's, you know, really is the edge of the park. But it does make sense to spend a bit of time breaking those rocks up. Having now seen how sort of smooth the texture paint looks. There we go. That just helps, especially on the POV of the ride. Awesome. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I think we probably just need some more shrubbery on the edges of the ride here, but we'll actually go for upside down shrubbery here, like a grass is trying its hardest to grow. Let's turn all this random rotation off now. It's fine for a handful of trees, then it starts to mess us up. There we go. Oops. And then this will just kind of look like a rough bit of grass growing in. Around the back of it, where it's a little bit more unkempt. I mean, that looks really good to the point where I think I need to put that everywhere. Let's just copy that all over. Bring it over here. And repurpose it. So that's actually fine there, but you all need to obviously adjust. And make that just pop a little bit more out. There we go. That's great. Oh, that's no good. That's fine then. You can go there, and then this one at the minute isn't even seen at all. We can bring it up to there. Excellent. And then I do think we need a few more along here. So there. Tie that in a little bit, that's good. I would kind of like a tree in here. I know these make these a little bit more sort of maintenance heavy, but I think it is fun to have trees in those spots. Yeah, then we need to do a little bit more around here. I don't do too much on this side because, like I said, we don't really know what the eventually the park will look like over there. But that side can definitely have a bit more going on. Some real good head choppery moments and near miss moments. That's kind of what we want to get there. There we go. And yeah, this side we'll leave for now because, like I say, I don't really know what the future of the ride looks like there. But this can all carry over. Okay. And then next thing I want to do is with that terrain brush again, with a fairly high intensity but a very small size. Sorry, that's this one. High intensity, small size. And then go in for these pebbles. And just spend a bit of time lightening where the track sits. Minutes do that. That's good. Doesn't have to be perfect. I think it just... I don't really know why I'm doing it. I just think it looks good. Let's take a little bit of the edge of the track there. And lighten it. Just sort of cements it a little bit more into the ground. Okay, let's give it a ride. Oh, still go to that bridge. What are they? They're walking really high on that. But it's fine. We can sort that. That's a good bit of fun interaction there. Lovely. There's one bit just after the double down here that's a little bit intense. That's maybe a bit too much of a kink in the track, but it's fine. I'm not going to be messing with the track now. Interestingly, one of the they're telling me the gulpy sodas. That's fine. What's our new challenge? Part Valley research the underground well. Okay, that sounds like a very different game. Go research the underground well. There it is. What does this actually do? Water tower. What does that do? I don't know what any of this stuff does. Solar panels. Most of these I've already researched. We can probably just go through and finish them off. Yeah, research the flumes, even though we probably won't. Oh, maybe we might do a water ride at some point. That's everything. There we go. We're fully researched. Okay. Yes, one thing. Sorry. Yes, we researched the well. Good. One thing I noticed is one of the members, one of the guests, sorry, they mentioned that they weren't happy that they couldn't buy a ride photo on Thunder Ridge, and that's something that made me realise. Oh yeah, we haven't done ride photos for either of these actually, and we probably should. They are like high, like good ways to generate revenue. We've got the one here that we're very happy with. So yeah, I think we need to do that. So, and the other good thing about this is because we didn't plan for it, this building is going to be very much like clearly a retrofit, and I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea that this look is going to look out of place. Hello? Hello? Can I help you? That's really annoying because that's exactly where I want to put the right photo place. I suppose here as well is also an option. It's just going to be a little one. Let's move these. I actually really quite like these trees. So I want to keep them. Where can I put them? Let's put them here for now. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, I think a tiny little ride boat photo booth here would be good. We need another janitor. Get on that, please, buddy. Oh, your buddy was nearly here, but why will you not just fix that for me, janitor? I don't understand. Both of you walking by it. Well, they're going to move anyway. Hopefully somebody gets to that eventually. Okay. Yeah, so a tiny little ride photo booth here that then feeds onto the back of this I think will totally work. So we've basically got to copy this building and make a small version of it. We actually use some nice classic brick here that we can definitely carry over. So I'm just going to grab a handful of stuff here, duplicate it, bring it out to here and split from the building. Okay, so this is what we're playing with. This is the style we're going for. Okay, so I'm going to put you here. That's going to be roughly where you fit. That's actually a wall piece. Okay, so we'll take that right down to like there. Oh, so are you? Okay. Well, in that case, we need to get the ride photo building in then. What's that going to be under? Gift shops, maybe? It's that one, isn't it? Photo kiosk, yeah. Okay. We just do one of these, and then, yeah. Okay. Take a minute to line that up. That's close enough. Sure, I could get it spot on, but doesn't really matter. Doesn't really need to be. Okay, so we'll go there. Okay, and then that's telling us, that informs us even about how we can work this. So we'll go up. Can we go lower with the grid height? No, that's it. Okay. So what we really need to do then is probably go to there, come out of the building, and then bring the whole building. Oh, jeez. Build the whole building up. We don't want the brick to be the top. We want it to be practically the top. So there. Okay, that's good. And then you. I mean, you've got to kind of come down to here, really. think you need to go quite a bit smaller here. That's better. And then both of you will come to where the building will end, which will be there. And then we'll throw you in the grid. And throw you in the grid. Go. And then we need a nice wooden plank top. Oh, we could maybe even use the sawn log for this. Would that work, maybe? Because that'll tie it into the logo a bit more. That's cool, I think. So it goes there. This is a little long. But I think we can make it work, can we? No, not really. That's a shame, that'd be quite fun. I suppose we could just do it smaller and twice. Let's see. If we do something like that. And then so there. No, that looks a bit messy, doesn't it, really? Yeah. No, then that's going to work. Never mind. Regular planks it is. I'll like to use these ones, I think. Get rid of that big knot. And take these that way. Okay. And go there. And then actually what we should do is change the size up. And that. Go. And then copy that across. Yeah, that's good. And then these can go not there. These can go here. Maybe make the whole thing a little bigger. See if we can use it to hide both of the knots. Yeah, I think we can do that. We just lower it down to the point we can. Seems okay. Gulpy's having the time of his life, and the back looks a bit messy, but otherwise, that's good. Okay, let's see if we can clean up this path a little. There we go. We just don't want it to be... We don't want it to have a railing on it, do we? There we go. Perfect. Oh, and then... Not right, it's just slightly poking out there, so we'll try and fix that in between them. We can. Lovely. Okay, so there's the front counter. That's what we're working with for these screens. I think we probably just take that, and that around like so. That seems too big. That's probably fine. Oh, are we on even less than that? Must be there. Yeah, we are getting some clipping that we can tidy up afterwards. That's not a problem. But actually what we want to do is just take this piece and raise it up. Yeah, that looks fine. It's about as high as it wants to be. Okay. Okay. And then we'll take some of our not that piece, but some of our trim. That's literally the trim we've used, so that's fine. Can we try and tie this in a little? So nice pineapple Viking piece. There. And there. Actually think that's okay. So what roof is this? Scalloped tile roof with dark grey. Okay, so let's come in and figure that out then. Scalloped tile roof, there we go. Now, we are going to be in a slight pickle here because this whole thing isn't 4 meters. So we might have to use that tile roof. That's that one piece that's not on the grid. Is that it? Yeah, this one. This is real tricky to work with because the rotation of it isn't where you would expect it to be. But we can try and make it work. Okay, so let's do that. Actually, let's do that. Figure out where we're working from here. Okay. And we do this to where it needs to be. Turn that to there. And now this gives us the point of the middle. There we go. So we bring that to here. And we can either hide it or we can make a thing out of it. We like to make a thing out of it, so we'll do that. Yep, that's fine. And then we'll take all of that. Why can't I select it? There. All deep grey. Dark grey even. Oh, that's really light. Look at that. Okay, let's go there instead. So that's fine. Then we'll take that back to there. And just stop the Z-Fi in. Okay. You are on the wrong building. Put you all on the same one. I'm going to bring you down a little. Maybe take the pineapple out of the picture if we can. There we go. Bring you down a shy. Okay. And then, what are you? Wooden support beam. Take it from there. Shrink you down. Oh, this is that one where the center point doesn't work. Whoop. There we go. That's what we're working with. Okay. So there. Oh, go get him. Yeah, Paria. Get out of it. Scumbags. What, 82%? Okay. Sorry, let's select that and that. Okay. So, if we're to do this, we are going to be doing it in multiple pieces. Like this, I guess. Definitely feel like it needs the trim. And then here. How small we can go with this. Ooh, maybe enough. Maybe that's okay. Alright. There. Bring that out for some reason. Quite want to go. Bring this up as well, so it all makes sense. There we go. And then we'll just rotate a few of these to stop the pattern repeating so much. It should start with the Z fighting as well. There we go. And then just one more there. Oy. Okay, that I'm happy with. So let's take all of this. Good. And probably you as well. And take that to the back. To there. And then that piece. And that piece. Come out a little, and then out this way. There we go. Here I'm seeing some issues and it's cleaning up. And that one goes to there. Awesome, and that'll do. It's just at the back. You're gonna very occasionally get a view of it, but I kind of want this to be like an open building, like it's not all actually closed in properly. Okay, so let's now. What else do we need to do? We need to make it look a little more appealing from the inside, but I think wood paneling is probably the way to go. So let's stick with plank. let's go to there with a plank. There we go. Around. All of those that way. Can we clean this up as well a little, do you think? Here. That seems absolutely great. Okay, so I'll turn you. Is that just because you're not sat in? I think these are all, again, that thing where you just occasionally go off the grid, but I don't mind it. The thing I don't like is the too many repetitions of those knots. Okay. We should let's take that to that side. There we go. And then, oops. That's great. And then what I think I would like to do actually is probably get rid of those three. And those. And put a false back on here, so there's like a storage space of sorts. So it's fine. And then we'll get a door. It's nice plain wooden doors. Let's say that's a bit too metally. Let's have a look. Yeah, one of these. Probably that one. That one's fine as well. That one's good. I quite like that one. It's almost like a shed door. There we go. Back there, and then I don't think I have to worry too much about the top other than maybe just doing that. Cool. Definitely need to do something here because that's too aggressive. Z fighting. And then I'm assuming it's doing the same here as well. It is. There we go. That's great. I mean, we basically made a barn, but I'm okay with that. Okay, now lighting wise, we need something hanging down. I mean, I genuinely am happy for it just to be those boring lights that we used elsewhere, but if there is something else, like if there was one like, where is it? This hanging, I would use that a lot. It's a really great wall one, but I would definitely use a hanging version of it a ton. It probably is this one. I think what we need to probably do is... Whoops. Somehow incorporate some beams this way. That we can then add lights on. There. There. And there. Okay. We'll do what we always do with these, which is send to loop and to really bright white. And we probably should have just attached that to the light, to the beam first, but that's okay. Okay. Now the thing we almost forgot about is the actual screens. Okay, so screen. I'll do 1, 2, 3. Oh, are we not in the grid here? No, we are. It's okay. 5 on you. Okay, and that's basically it. Oh, we just did a thing that says ride photos on it, but we'll get it all operational. Okay, there we go. So connect it to... No ride camera connected. Well, no, we're going to add one. How do we do it then? Add a ride photo. There we go. So, I mean, obvious spot is like here. That's the best photo. That's great. So let's continue it. That's probably fine. There, and I've just realised I think the other one we made is just floating as well. We need to add little covers to these. I would say it's a perfect spot for it. And then the photo kiosk. Oh, no. We don't need to do it this way. We need to do this. So we go here. Connect to ride. Confirm. Link to Timber Ridge. And then these change image, ride photos. Timber Ridge. No items to display. Is that because it'll take a moment? I can't remember how we do it now. I mean, they're going. I can assume that took photos. Timber Ridge. How did we do it? I'm going to have to go and look at the other one. I can't remember. Okay, we got there in the end. After a minute, it just figured it out. So we'll set all these. Sorry. It's only a 3-car ride. That's crazy. Then we'll set it to the multi-pick. And we'll change it to our user media or what do we call it? Fairview, no HDMI. And I'll just set one back to 1 again. Awesome. And that's kind of it. A couple of postcard displays over here. Oh, look at this guy, he's so happy. We can need to open you. There we go. Did a piece of scenery just disappear then? That does happen occasionally. There we go. Okay, and then I suppose the last thing we need is a floor for them. It's my favourite song in the game. It's called Milkshake or something. It's so good. This nice padded squishy ground. There we go. Oh, this isn't on the grid. Oop. There we go. Now I'll just make those a little bigger so it fills that space up. There we go. Kind of it really, and then we just need Timber Ridge ride photos as a signage. Nice. Okay. I think it's probably going to continue to be the Western ones, just because that's kind of the vibe we're going here. Not full Western, but definitely, you know, wood and wood theme. So yeah, probably that one. Okay, and then we won't use the in-game text, or the in-game text, sorry, we won't use the in-sign text, because I want this to say Timber Ridge and on-ride photos. So, Timber Ridge, it's got to be Anchor or probably Roboto Slab for Timber Ridge, and then maybe Anchor for on-ride photos. Oops. Come on. There we go. Into dark brown. We'll delete that. Duplicate that, bring it down. Okay, and then this one is going to say on ride photos. On ride photos, and then this can be Anchor, and it can shrink down a little. And it can be a slightly darker brown. That's great. I'm just going to bring it up a little to there. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to select both of these and just place them both in the middle of the sign. There we go. Like, it's simple stuff, but you know, anymore. I mean, you can stand here and read Timber Ridge 3 times, which is probably a bit much. But you know, it is what it is. Timber Ridge, Timber Ridge, Timber Ridge. But that's kind of what needs to happen, I think. And then I think, actually, where's that? Is that it? Aquatic light yet? I think we need to bring this over to here. And tie it into the sign a little. Like so. There we go. It's dark in there, is the only thing, but it is what it is. I'm fine with that. And I think probably what we need to do... Okay, we can do this. This is okay. Is we probably take that fence to the wall. Like that. And like so. I can't quite figure out how that would go. Would it just end there? There is a post that goes with this, isn't there? Let's find it. There. Yeah. So we could do this. Let's grab that colour. Actually treat it like a fence post. Oops. And then I actually want to get that piece there. There, that piece. So do 2, delete. Yeah, that's what I want. And then we need a door. And this time, one of the plainer metal ones makes more sense. Where are they? Here. That one. Just not a brilliant blue. Hey, Gulpy. How's your shift? There we go. That's fine. Let me know if that you think that fence would work differently to that, but it probably would, wouldn't it? But I can't quite place it in my head how it would go. Okay, Timber Ridge on Rye Photos is done. And a bit of the beautiful greenery around it. We're making little chunks of progress each episode. Yeah, I think maybe next episode we'll carry on over here. We'll try and figure these out. Should be fun. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Till the next one, be good.